Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you the exact no bullshit strategy you can use that's allowing me to currently earn over $1 million a year in GCIs as a realtor in Toronto without having to rely on expensive lead gen services or having a huge Rolodex of contacts to generate business from. Now, by the end of this video, you will have a really good idea on how the top realtors get more listings, are able to secure their business more efficiently, and ultimately close more deals by scaling. And just so you know, these results I talk about, they're not just one-off that only applies to me because maybe I'm lucky or I got a good market. I'm also going to show you how my students, Daniel, Sue, and Paul, have been able to double, even triple their GCIs in under a year applying these exact same techniques. Now, full disclaimer, this is not a get-rich-quick secret formula, scheme, shortcuts that are going to work overnight. Any real estate coach who says they offer that shortcut or hack is just full of it, because these are methods that if you apply them accordingly and consistently, I promise you will get the results we've been able to achieve time and time again for our students. So if you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, this is not it. I highly suggest you leave this video. Check out crypto or something else. Now, also, this video only applies to full-time agents making at least, let's say, $60K a year or more in GCI. Realtors that are already doing a couple of deals, have their feet wet, and are now ready to take their income to the next level and ultimately commit to being the best agent in their marketplace. Doing real estate part-time is also something I don't really believe in and not something I preach to my students. I don't think that these systems are going to benefit someone who is part-time. Now, respectfully, if you're a full-time agent just kind of getting started doing under $60K a year in GCI, still watch the video. I highly suggest that you watch my other content to get you to the $60K level first, so that you can get some deals under your belt and come back to this video when you're ready to move forward and take some action towards scaling when the time comes. Now, moving forward, as a realtor, to increase GCI, you've most likely tried some of the following methods that every realtor uses, like relying on your personal network, or waiting for your phone to ring because you've got a for sale sign, or you post it on Instagram, or the worst one, dishing out money on expensive lead gen services that we all see ads for every 2 seconds on Instagram, offering to generate you listings, but they don't work and you're always paying out of pocket. Now, look, I've got students all the time coming asking me about these methods, and it's very common. I still generate business from my passive approach, for sale signs, people in my personal network. I'm ultimately the go-to guy, but we're gonna talk more to the active approach versus the passive approach to lead generation. Now, while these methods might lead to more leads, they don't ultimately scale your GCI or amount of listings, and the reason is two things. Number one, they're passive. You're waiting for the business to come to you, and that lazy, entitled attitude, it's not what's going to yield you the results that top 1% realtors get. That would make it too easy, and if it was easy, everyone would do it, right? The second reason these methods don't work is because they don't position you as the authority. That's why you don't hear about these services when top 1% agents at your brokerage are collecting their awards or you're having conversation. It's because they don't, A, bring quality leads, and B, they fail to build the realtor as an authority in his or her market. Our system is different because it's a timeless system that builds up your image as a realtor to portray you as an authority in your space, where clients ultimately want to give you their business and actually trust your advice, leading to not only more leads, but more listings and more sales as well. Now, as opposed to most of the marketing services you see out there, we don't provide you with leads on a monthly basis, where you're at the mercy of the agency's marketing, okay? Kind of like a pay-to-play model. With our system, once you learn it, you implement it, and you've got it for life. There's no reoccurring retainers or fees you have to worry about, or, like I say, keep paying to keep playing, okay? It's like riding a bike. Now, finally, another reason why this system is different is because it's literally the system that both me and my team actively use to this day. I'm not one of those coaches who hasn't done a showing in years or done a deal for a while, and I make all my income selling coaching. I am and always will be an active real estate sales professional, making a killing selling and buying property for my clients. Also still running a team that does the same thing. So what I'm trying to say is I preach what I practice. Now, a lot of you guys are probably still thinking, Tyler, it's impossible to double or even triple GCIs without spending boatloads of money on leads or having a crazy Rolodex of contacts. How else am I supposed to generate and scale business? These are common limiting beliefs that almost all realtors face when it comes to scaling their GCI. And two of my students, Paul and Bianca, they had these respective limiting beliefs when they first embarked on their coaching journey with me. When Paul started, he was all about buying ads to get leads and actually had zero success from doing so. All it did was drain a big hole in his wallet and actually waste a lot of his time. Bianca had actually just moved to Toronto from a small town and had no friends or family here to start her business and was worried how she was going to find anyone to sell to with literally zero contacts or zero network. Let's fast forward to today. Paul cleared 6 figures in his very first year, and he's well on his way to tripling his income. He actually just had a 6-figure weekend recently. Bianca ended up crushing her first year as well, and actually ended up taking a full 1-month vacation in Costa Rica thanks to her success. Now, before we go straight into showing you what we need to get this kind of deal volume, I just want to reassure you again that you don't need expensive lead gen services or a phone full of homeowner contacts. Here's some real results of realtors that you can relate to who are able to double and more than triple their GCIs. So firstly, let's start with me. I started in real estate at 18 years old. Being 18 years old, I had no contacts my age. I had no network my age that were looking to buy or sell homes. And I didn't have a ton of money to spend on boatloads of ads. It felt like an extreme uphill battle to even make 6 figures, which at the time was my ambitious goal. So what did I do? I surrounded myself with the city's top realtors who were dominating the business. And I learned as much as I could from them about being a top earner in my hometown of Toronto, which actually has a really competitive real estate market, arguably the most competitive real estate market in the world. And the one thing I gathered from watching and assessing how they did their business is that these realtors were all authorities. I learned everything I could about the business, whether it be sales, closing, negotiating, lead gen, and I modeled it after how these authority figures were dominating in their respective markets. Now, I think it worked because you fast forward to today and I'm in the top 1/4 percentile in the country. Top 0.26% of producing realtors in Canada in both transaction volume and GCIs, with over average of $1 million in annual GCIs personally. I've also built a team that is consistently doing over $1 billion in sales revenue. Just to show you that this isn't luck, and I'm not the only one here that's found success, we've got Sue. Okay, now Sue started in real estate at 23 years old, coming from a completely unrelated industry that was the opposite of selling people. In her first year, she was able to pull in $200,000, which isn't bad, but she was just struggling to break through that plateau and didn't think she could produce any more at her current rate. Once she applied the authority selling system into her framework and adopted the authority lead generation frameworks to her online personal brand, she's now doing over $450,000 in GCI. We've also got Daniel, who started off as a part-time realtor and ultimately wanted to make the transition going full-time. He was one of my earliest coaching clients. Now, when Daniel came to me, his only clients were really family members, and he was generating $30,000 in GCI, really having no idea where to generate leads from due to his limited funds and limited personal network. He's actually an immigrant from South Korea. After a year of adopting the authority strategies that we implement for lead gen, farming, and closing techniques, Daniel was able to almost 10 times his GCIs to $380,000. And today he's looking to almost double that, hitting around $500,000 in GCI, and he's outpacing that goal. So if you never want to have to worry about generating new leads because you have no network like Daniel, who went from $30,000 a year to $380,000 a year, or you feel like the down market is limiting you from scaling, like Sue, who went from $200,000 to $450,000, then do me a favor and click on the link below where we can book a time to meet formally, and I can show you and articulate to you the changes that these two and a lot of our other coaching clients have implemented to get these results. And you can do the exact same thing. Like I said, in order to become amongst the top 1% of realtors, you need to do everything to position yourself as that authority that's going to naturally come to mind when clients think of who they want representing them. Now, I saw that this could be done in two ways. First is through a lot of time and consistency, right? You keep doing business and slowly but surely you might end up at the top of mind for your market. Now, I wouldn't recommend this method firstly because it's timely and costs money, but most importantly, it's not really an active method. It's passive since you're naturally waiting for your reputation and your image to nurture and mature in the minds of your audience without taking any action. When I started at 18 years old, I realized that I didn't have all the time in the world to make it and maybe one day become the authority in my market at 55, 60 years old. I instead decided to adopt actionable strategies to a variety of real estate pillars that are going to make you an authority and directly lead to authority results. The three pillars: number one, lead generation; number two, lead nurturing; and number three, deal sales and closing. These are the pillars that make up any successful real estate business. So lead generation. Now imagine being able to open up your phone and you see that you've got texts, DMs, and voicemails just flooding your phone with clients who know you, wanting you to take their listing. Because you grab those leads in a heartbeat, right? Why? Because these are people that know you, trust you, and have shown genuine intent to give you their business. You're not going to delegate someone to call these leads or worry about them not answering, because these are those locked and loaded type of leads where you see them and you just know you've got it in the bag. You see, this is much better than a lead gen agency or ad because they bring non-qualified leads that cost you a lot of money, leaving you with less money and no leads. So to emulate these organic, genuine leads where you're not paying expensive lead gen services ongoing to implement a system, we have a system called the Authority Funnel, which converts your online personal brand to an inbound lead gen system for bringing clients in that are specifically looking for you to represent them, for your representation. With Facebook ads or other online advertising efforts where you pay an agency a premium to bring you leads that don't know who you are, our Authority Sales Funnel deals with all those issues by attracting people that resonate with you and your brand and are pre-qualified wanting to do business with you. You'll be able to provide residual value through referrals after you continually do business with them, since your system portrays you as an authority. Now, on top of this, to cover all bases, our program also provides modernized and revamped systems for targeting leads using other channels such as for sale by owners, expired listings, and building a professional referral network. All these systems are designed to work symbiotically using a great back end and even automation and delegation, allowing you to have leads consistently filling your pipeline without having to waste time having a schedule that's just all over the place, convoluted, or wasting money paying for marketing that doesn't provide more sales. Now, if the Authority Sales Funnel system resonates with you, and you want to get more clarity on how you can set up your own online personal brand to bring more inbound leads on essentially autopilot that trust you and see you as the authority, book a call with me using the link below. And we're going to jump right into how our system could work for you and how to ultimately build your sales funnel. Now, the next pillar is lead nurturing. Okay. The lead nurturing is what converts these leads into active listings or active buyers, effectively allowing you to earn and win the business. In a lot of real estate education programs and brokerage trainings, I'm sure you guys can relate, you're taught just to follow up, right? With no structure, no framework. Okay, just asking, hey, can I be your realtor? Asking for the business and sending over some generic sales guides, generic flow, hoping for the best, and just basically following up every couple of days, right? Leading to no sales, building no authority, just another salesperson. We take an active and really efficient approach by nurturing a client through time-proven systems, leveraging what's called email, social media, and phone value relationship nurturing. What happens here is we get the prospect to trust us and position ourselves as the authority by providing them with value and expertise specific to their pain points that make them want to give you their business. and have a sit down with you, book a meeting with you. That's when people are willing to give back, when they feel that you've actually helped, okay? The law of reciprocity. So what these systems do is either work on the back end or using minimal time to take all your leads and provide them with specific value that moves the needle forward on the deal. Once the prospects now agree to a sit down or to a meeting, we would then deploy our authority listing presentation that addresses almost every objection that most real estate agents are faced with when meeting clients. Okay, this allows us to walk away winning more listings and keeping more commissions by providing more value and not compromising or coming off as desperate in front of the prospects, causing us to lose business and waste all that time and energy we put into nurturing the lead. Now, the final pillar that we really dial in on is deal sales and closing. This is how we get paid. Being able to close more of these leads and close them quicker with less effort. Because the more a deal stretches out, the law of diminishing intent states that the longer a deal stretches, the more likely it is to die out. And we've wasted that time and energy we've deployed, okay? The less energy we're going to have to spend on money-making activities. So not only do we want to close these deals, but we want to be able to close them quickly so we can scale our businesses and scale our GCI. When most people think about sales coaching, they think of learning the schemy one-liners and hacks or the perfect pitch to close more sales like Jordan Belfort in The Wolf of Wall Street, okay? But the truth of the matter in real estate especially, is what makes a good salesperson isn't the sleazy, quick, whippy, snappy one-liners. It's not a cookie-cutter mold. If it were that easy, anyone could crush it at real estate, right? Everyone would be crushing it in real estate sales, right? What actually makes a top real estate salesperson that cruises through objection after objection and creates unwavering support and trust in the sales process is by being able to provide more value and expertise than even the clients ask for, and coming off as the experienced expert that's able to navigate and move through every situation by building effective relationships. So what we provide is ongoing coaching and frameworks where you as a realtor will be able to provide differentiated and unique value for your clients and all your stakeholders that will naturally allow the deal to move forward and move the needle in your favor. We also provide proven frameworks for navigating through the negotiating and closing process, ensuring that no time is wasted and that your deal is closed, while also positioning you to receive future business, basically by planting the proper seeds for referrals. So here we make you the best salesperson by equipping you with the best value and expertise to provide your clients. Paul, who just had that $100,000 weekend, he was able to do that by closing 3 deals in the same weekend, one after the other, because he implemented our systems that allow him to scale and close more deals by not spending as much time doing it, since we're providing actual proven specific value that moves that needle forward and provides all our stakeholders with confidence in Paul, who has the authority. He's earned the authority, not allowing them to non-reluctantly make decisions that move forward instead of providing fluff or schemy techniques that just turn the prospect off and disengage everyone from working toward closing the deal. So look, if you're a full-time realtor doing $60K ballpark or more in GCI, and you want to double or triple your GCIs in less than 10 months without having to spend money on lead gen agencies or Facebook ads, or even if you're just getting beat down by the market and you're looking to get ahead and get those top results that the top agents in the industry consistently generate, go ahead and book in a call with us using the link below, where we can get into detail, analyze what is exactly holding you back from closing more deals, and explore the steps needed to get you to where you want to go, ultimately seeing if what we offer here is actually going to help you in your situation. Again, this is only for realtors who are full-time and already doing a couple of deals consistently, but are just having trouble scaling without wanting to spend 30 to 40% of their incomes on lead gen agencies that really don't even work. If that's not you, or you're fine paying money to the expensive lead gen agencies, then by all means don't book a call. Keep doing what you're doing. Like they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, if you're not yet doing a couple of deals a year because you're either part-time or you're new to the business, just getting started with real estate, I would really encourage you to please subscribe to my channel, follow me on social media and watch my content to help you get to that stage so that when you are there, you're ready to get scaling and we can get straight into action.